Let's go.
Everyone, don't be alarmed. Dr. Zordenstein here. Today, I am dressed up as Frankenstein's monster because Dr. Zordenstein, dressed up as Frankenstein's monster, is doing a show on Frankie Stein. So, from the Monster High collection, there's Frankie Stein, and I'm going to go over this collection with you. But before I do that, I want to go into a little bit of history about my great uncle, Dr. Frankenstein. You may notice that my name is a little bit similar to Frankenstein, Zordenstein, and I changed it a little bit so it wouldn't be so obvious, but well, because Dr. Frankenstein, never very popular, got himself a little bit less popular with the townsfolk because not just because he was using up a lot of the electricity that the town was accustomed to using for things like light, but he did that thing with he was finding cadavers looking for cellular tissue and then stitching them together, much like the stitches on my neck. And he was hitting them with electricity, much like I do with Zords, and then they would come to life. I found that I can do similar things with Zords, right? You take Zords and combine them together, zap them with a lot of electricity, and they come to life. And also cellular tissue, and this is how we ended up with zombies and zombie experiments and goo and all the wonderful things that goo can do for you. But Dr. Frankenstein suffered from this unpopularity, and I am not going through quite the same thing. In fact, there have been several people that have done portraits of Dr. Frankenstein and have mailed them in to me, and I will be sharing those with you. There's a lot of love for Dr. Zordenstein, apparently, because people have taken hours out of their time to produce professional paintings of Dr. Zordenstein and have mailed them to me at a significant expense and time, and I really appreciate that. But moving on with the show on Frankie Stein, first I'd like to show you my very large Frankie Stein, like an 18-inch figure of Frankie Stein. The first Frankie Stein outfit, as you can see, she has the long hair, and she has the double knee joints and the double elbows, which you do not find in the smaller Steins. She does not. She has does not have a waist articulation, but what she does have is articulation through the middle of the chest, like a Marvel or even the McFarlane action figures, and so she can twist and bend and right there in the middle of her chest, which is quite nice. And her hair is flowing, so you could use a comb and comb it, and of course it gets in her face and she needs to hold it back. And this is just a large copy of this smaller version of Frankie Stein, which does not have the joint in the torso or the double knees or elbows, and none of these smaller ones do that were produced during that era. So that's the first Frankenstein, but there's so many wonderful Frankensteins, aren't there? So this Frankenstein here is shopping Frankenstein, and she's out shopping with her friends. She's got a great outfit. She's matching her shoes with her jacket and her purse, and her hair is in a ponytail, much like Dr. Zordenstein's, and she's just looking quite spiffy going out. And this Frankenstein, I changed the outfit on. I don't really recall what it went to, but it's a customized outfit Frankie Stein, and I just wanted her to look cool, like she's hanging out, ready to go dancing with her friends, because everyone knows that the dolls from Monster High just love partying and dancing, as GL1 discovered when he was miniaturized, and that all happened to him, and he ended up dancing the night away with the Monster High friends, until of course GL2 grasped him and sent him to that creepy clown that. So I will get to you on those video numbers as well. This here is sleeping or sleepy Frankie Stein. You see, she has the mask that she can pull down over her eyes, and she can then go to sleep and not be bothered by the morning sun, because as these teenagers, they're out late and up late studying, of course. They need their sleep to sleep in on the Saturdays and Sundays. And over here, falling over, is Frankie Stein going out on the town in her gown. So there's a very fancy dress that she's wearing here, all right, and her makeup is a little bit different, and she's got these arm braces on, very fancy, very sophisticated, high boots that have sparkles on them. So, well, all right, well, it looks like we've lost a Frankie Stein. That's no problem, and put her back here. Did you know that Frankie Stein also likes to go roller skating? What kids don't? She skates with the old style 4-wheel skates, not the inline skates. And there she has her skates on and her helmet. And she does have knee pads, but looks like one is fallen off. But I know where that is, so she will not hurt herself when she falls. And here we have also another fancy Frankie Stein. She's all slicked up, looks like she's ready to go to a ball. She's got her hair up, she's got spiky earrings, she's got her cylindrical purse, and the shoes on the back, she has scissors for her heels. Quite creative. It's going to make a lot of noise, but pretty cool, I would say. And over here we have just sitting Frankie Stein. She's just sitting down here on her lounge, and she's just in her little dress. And she does, of course, have some of the articulation in her knees, and but not in the arms. You see, this is the well, kid. We've got the one with the legs bend, but the arms just do, ooh, look at that, I'm coming after you. Or I'm just chilling out, sitting in my lounge chair. Stein. So, that's that, Frankie. Well, here we have here another Frankie Stein all dressed up. This is Party Stein, and she's a little bit spooky looking, and she has electric looking shoes with lightning on them, and she's got her arms out like, ooh, I'm going to get you, because we're going to party, or let's go over and get some punch. And there she is with her bangs and her hair cut at 2 different lengths. So, assembling all these Frankie Steins took some time. I'm sure you all have your collection of Frankie Steins that you have squirreled away all around your properties and house, and that you would love to collect together. And well, of course, I had to do the same in my laboratory, finding all the Frankie Steins that have been given to me over these years, and collecting them all just for you to take a look at. Here we have, let's say Frankie Stein. Maybe she's too extreme. She's not selling like we hope. So let's just make a basic Frankie and see how that does. Let's give her a little bit of a less extreme scary face, a smaller scar, and well, forget about having her knees or elbows bend. In fact, even her shoulders won't have lateral movement. We'll give her hips a little bit of lateral movement, but there you are, kid. You could put her in the water. She can go swimming. She's wearing her suit. Frankie Stein. This car here, this is not the same RC car that Claudine Wolf was taking GL1 for a trip when he was miniaturized. This is a different one. It's more powerful. It's got more extreme wheels on it, and I'm sure in time we'll see that one moving about. This is, of course, fancy dressed up Frankie Stein again with her friend Draculata, which did not make it into the Draculata show because I forgot that it was in this car. But there she is. Hopefully you can see that here. Also, Frankie Stein was made miniaturized for Mega Blocks, all those Mega Block sets that you still probably can order some, maybe eBay, or even find in Ollie's or Five Below. It has lateral leg movement. It has a bending knee. The arms just move up and down, but the head turns all about, and the head is like a squishy rubber, so that's good. And then, most exciting is we have electrified Frankie Stein here, and we're going to see how that works. You push that up, and her hair lights up. She giggles at you. She thinks it's funny, just like I do. She likes to use electricity and do experiments. Yes, with tissue. And you know, sometimes, like my great uncle, Dr. Frankenstein, you know, he made this fella here. This is, of course, Frankenstein's monster, if you're not familiar with him. He was quite large, about 8 feet tall, immensely strong for some reason, probably just because of all the electricity that went through him, being able to allow him to pull harder on his muscles that would pull on the tendons, pulling the bones, make him very strong. And you can purchase this NECA action figure, and it comes in a box like this, the old style, you know, Frankie Stein's monster. You have some portraits there, and more exciting, you can change your Frankenstein monster's head. He can smile. You can change his hands, and he has well his chains he can break, and he has flowers. Because if you see the old Frankenstein movie, well, he went to deliver some flowers to a little girl, and well, sometimes what happens is things don't go quite as you plan, and well, you end up throwing someone very far into a lake, and well, it doesn't go very well for the person who was thrown. That whole business definitely was part of the reason that my uncle, Dr. Frankenstein, was not popular with the people in his town. You know, definitely a negative. Now, I'm going to get the Frankie Stein here that fell. This here is your rebooted Frankie Stein. And if you'll notice right away, she's more blue instead of being green. And also, you see here, she's been lifting some weights. Her legs are quite significant. She's been, you know, playing basketball with her friends and the lifting of the weights. You know, it looks like her neck is a little bit shorter. Also, an important difference is she does have the articulated torso joint, just like our large Frankie here. She can twist and bend, so that's pretty exciting. But it looks like Frankie Stein's had a bit of an accident on her left leg. Perhaps calf raises were giving her some trouble, and she wanted a stronger leg, so she went for a mechanical one. Or maybe, you know, something happened where she just damaged the leg and needed a new one. And she even has a mechanical foot with a joint here that does not bend. That's okay. But what is not okay to me is that for $24.99 you get this accessory pack here. Very pretty, with clothes and a purse and some kind of a critter animal pet, maybe a dog, and a purse and a cell phone. You know how the kids love the cell phones, and some glasses, but it did not come with a stand. Little disappointed in that much money and not coming with a stand. Really, what would it have taken to have thrown a stand in? The older ones did not cost that much, and they came with stands. Now, she will stand on her own, however, unless you knock her off the table as I did, but her feet are pretty stable, and you can bend her in such a way that she will stand on her own. But you know, it just takes a little knock, and down she goes. So a little bit better, I think, to just have a stand. So I want to thank you today for watching Dr. Zordenstein as Frankenstein's monster doing a show on Frankenstein. And I hope you enjoyed this and enjoy all those photos. Keep them coming in, those paintings of me. Quite flattered, and I will be seeing you soon. Zordenstein is done for today. I've got to get back to my laboratory and see what other things I can cook up. And I can tell you this, you can smell what the Zordenstein is cooking, yes?